Okay, so what if I told you there's like a reset button for stress, one you could hit anytime, anywhere? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into today. A super powerful 60-second tool that does pretty much just that.
You know that feeling, right? When your heart starts pounding, your mind is just racing, and everything feels, well, completely overwhelming. We've all been there. It's that moment when it all just feels like way too much. It's such a human feeling, that sense of being totally swamped by stress or anxiety.
So, what if there was a simple habit you could pick up, and I'm talking just 60 seconds, that could actually genuinely calm your whole nervous system down, right when you need it most? And no, this isn't some gimmick. It's a real tool, and it's backed by science.
And you know what the best part is? It's just so simple. You don't need to download an app. You don't need to buy any weird supplements. You don't even have to find some magical burst of motivation to get it done. It's something you have access to, like, right now. This very second.
Okay, so what is this magic button? It's called the physiological sigh. And yeah, that name might sound a little technical, maybe a bit new, but here's the crazy part. Your body has been doing this its entire life, without you even thinking about it.
See, your body does this sigh automatically, all day long, especially when you're asleep. It's basically resetting your breathing system. But here's the key, the really cool part. We can do it on purpose. We can consciously trigger this exact same calming mechanism whenever we want. It's literally your body's own built-in, on-demand stress relief button. All right, so how do you actually do it? I promise it's so easy. Let's break it down step by step.
Okay, let's just walk through the 4 steps together. You can even try it with me. First, take a nice, deep breath in through your nose. Good. Now just pause for a second at the top, and here's the trick. Take another little sip of air in, a second short inhale. Got it? And finally, just let it all out with a long, slow exhale through your mouth. That little extra inhale, that's the secret sauce right there.
So now you know how to do it. But the next big question is, why does it work? Why does this specific way of breathing have such a powerful effect? Well, the science behind it is actually pretty cool and surprisingly simple. Okay, I want you to think of it like flipping a switch in your brain. When you're stressed out, your brain is in that fight or flight mode, right? It's on high alert, sending out all these stress signals. The physiological sigh comes in and just interrupts that whole process. It sends this super powerful message back to your brain that activates the calm state, your rest and digest system. It's basically telling your brain, hey, everything's cool, we're safe. And that's really the heart of it, you know? At its core, that's what's happening. This specific way of breathing sends a direct message to the most ancient, primitive part of your brainstem. And that message is simple. Everything is okay. You are safe. You can stand down and relax. So let's get into what's physically happening inside your body. That special double inhale, it's not random. It actually forces open all the tiny little air sacs in your lungs, the alveoli. This lets you get rid of a bunch of excess carbon dioxide that builds up when you're stressed. And getting that CO2 out is literally what flips the switch, turning on your body's natural calming system. Okay, so now you've got the how and you've got the why. The only thing left to do is actually try it out. This isn't just some interesting idea to think about. It's a real practical tool you can use in your day-to-day life. And look, you don't need to block out 20 minutes for meditation. All it takes is 1 minute. Seriously. Just doing 2 or 3 of these sighs in a row within a single minute is usually enough to feel a noticeable shift in how you feel. So, when's the best time to use it? Well, here's your cue. The next time you feel that familiar wave of anxiety start to build up, or when your mind just feels like it's racing and totally cluttered, that's your signal. That's the moment to just pause and do one of these sighs. And this really gets to the heart of the whole thing. So often, we think that our big problems need these massive, complicated solutions. But it's not always true. Like it says right here, small habits calm big reactions. This tiny 1-minute practice can have a genuinely huge impact on those moments when you feel the most overwhelmed. And that kind of leaves us with one last thing to think about. We spend so much of our lives looking outside of ourselves for solutions, right? For ways to manage what's going on inside. But what if the most powerful, the most immediate, the most effective tool for finding calm isn't something you have to buy or download? What if it's been right here, inside you, in your own breath, this whole time?